Mini GP50 time here in South Wales, and what a front row of the grid. Ogden versus Claridge, here we go again. Beach and Crockford on the second row, O'Gorman and Hall are on the third, with Hopper, Stainer, Pinson and Knight rounding out the top 10. It should be interesting as well with the likes of Vince Smart, Hayden Rainford and Holly Harris towards the tail end, trying to make up places. So who's going to get to the first corner first? Ogden or Claridge? Let's find out. It's a great start for Claridge. I think he's going to get to the hook first. As up to the inside, yes, look at that. He's already got himself 2 bike lengths of space as they all pick their way through the chicane for the first time. So it's Claridge who takes the first blood. Ogden in second position, trying to chase him back.
Great shots from the drone through the hook for the first time. We're on board here with Callum Beach. He's carrying the onboard camera, Scott Ogden, right in front of us. But the championship leader, the man that's been dominating this season, Harvey Claridge, he is out front once more. Will he clear off this time though? In fourth place, that looks like, is that Casey? It is, Casey O'Gorman, followed by Cameron Hall on the 8. The bike behind him, that looks like the 87 of Jake Hopper in 6th place. That's the graphic picking out the championship leaders. They go down Spitfire Straight. So Hayden Rainford on the 71, 111 there was Max Parrish. That's Holly Harris on the 15.
And Oscar Pinson was right in the middle of that little squabble as well, trying to make up places. So some great scrapping just outside the top 6 in the early stages. But look at this already. Claridge versus Ogden, and Callum Beach trying to get into the mix of this as well. This could be a really interesting fight with these three. And even in the early stages we've seen in the past, Claridge disappearing. I think Scott Ogden's got a trick or two up his sleeve here. He wasn't in pole position by accident. He wants to pull something over Harvey Claridge here, and I think he's got a good chance to do it.
It's a relatively small circuit here at Llandow, but offers plenty of overtaking opportunities. Couple of long straights, decent straights. We're coming into one now. We're coming through the Dell. Right-handed here through Diggers. That brings you out onto Spitfire Straight, and Ogden gets much closer. Tell you what, Claridge is not having it all his own way today. That's Scott Ogden on the 19 up the inside. Callum gets it done, does he? No, he doesn't. Scott Ogden much later on the brakes, Jake.
This is going to be a cracking battle, but if they're not careful, they're going to allow Claridge to disappear into the distance if they keep this up. They almost need to work together to overhaul him and then go for the battle. That's Pinson again trying to work his way up through the field. I just saw him there, and he's doing a good job of it actually on the 84. He made up a couple of places on that last lap. Back on board with Beach. And look at these two, they've actually got away now, Ogden and Claridge, so that a little bit hasty perhaps from Callum Beach in the early stages.
Ogden there just ran a little bit wide, clipped the curb, and that cost him a good 4 or 5 bike lengths and has put him into the clutches of Callum Beach. There's Beach, 7 is Casey, then comes Cameron. In behind Cameron on the 8 bike, Cameron Hall is the 34, that's Stainer, 87 is Hopper, 55 is Crockford.
And it's a long way back to everybody else. These guys have pulled out a very big advantage already. Casey O'Gorman trying to run with the top 4, and up the inside, Cameron Hall very nearly lost the place there. That could have been very close indeed. But now is going to be an opportunity. I think he managed to get him on the acceleration, didn't he? Yes, indeed. So a very nice move there as up the inside goes Corey Stainer. One of the youngest men in the class. He's only 8 years of age, and you certainly wouldn't think it based on what he's doing out there.
Absolutely amazing. I said that at Rowra. It's incredible. These machines are animals to handle around these small circuits. And for an 8-year-old like Corey Stainer, all right, he's not at the front at the moment, but he's got bags of quality. To be on these bikes at 8 years of age, 6-speed machines, absolutely incredible.
Yeah, in the world of motor racing, you always say 5th, 6th position. That's not very impressive. However, you've got to take context into account. This is an 8-year-old battling with the best of them in 5th position on a bike that looks as though it would be perfectly placed in the MotoGP paddock. And he's having an absolutely cracking battle in 5th position, trying to keep up with O'Gorman, who, let's be honest, he's doing a good job to keep up with the top 3. But Beach, in the last couple of corners, he seems to have got a good rhythm going here. I think he's got something to show to Scott Ogden in the next couple of laps, who in turn, well, Claridge is not getting away, is he? These two are really throwing everything at him, and they're able to stay with him on pure pace.
Easy to spot Claridge with those orange wheels, whether it's on the circuit cameras or the drone. He's had it all his own way this season. He's been dominating. He's not dominating so much today. This is a great performance by Ogden in second, and Beach looks very racy in third with the onboard camera on.
I've been longing for a Mini GP50 dog match, and it looks as though we might well get that. Although down the straight, Claridge has been able to get good acceleration out of Diggers. So down the Spitfire straight, he's been able to get a gap. That's Holly Harris just getting out of the way as Corey Stainer puts a lap on her. But this is where the leaders are going to really start to squabble in amongst the traffic, Alan.
Yep, Hopper on the 87. Crockford is on the 55. They make their way past Holly Harris as well. Battle for 10th. Smart, Rainford, Parrish and Coggins battling over 10th place. Close though, you want to come out on top of this battle if you can.
Yep, if you win any battle on track, you're a winner. Oh, watch out, Scott, you're about to be overtaken. Nice move up the inside by Callum Beach. He set that one up beautifully through Chandler's. That was very nicely done indeed. He really managed to sort that one out. And now he's got an opportunity to close up on Claridge, but careful boys, you're squabbling and you're letting him go. So Claridge might get another dominant victory, purely by accident this time.
Yeah, well, Beach is now clear in second place, so let's see what sort of pace he's got now. That's Casey going through there in fourth. There's that 10th place battle. That's Luke Coggins on the 12. He's in 12th place. He's got Hayden Rainford just in front and Max Parrish just behind. They come down the straight into the chicane one more time, the Dell. That is Finn Smart.
Leading the battle at the moment at least, but it's going to be really interesting through the chicane as they come onto the hanger straight once again. Now, can Finn Smart hold the position here? Rainford's got Coggins to his right, and watch out under braking because Max Parrish may have a go again as well. We left that at exactly the wrong moment because Callum Beach, we're back on board with him now as he chases after the race leader. He has caught Claridge. We're going to have an absolutely fantastic battle at this rate, and he's got good speed off the turn down to Raymond's. Can he throw it up the inside? No, he can't quite do it. It's going to be close, but Claridge has got the lead for the moment, and Callum Beach is giving it everything he's got. So Harvey Claridge, if he wants to win this one, he's going to have to get his shoulders out and pull out his A-game here, because Callum Beach is not going to settle for second place.
Up through Surtees on board with Callum Beach. Oh, that's the exhaust, I think, off the Claridge bike, and look how that has affected Callum Beach. It's cost him a load of time just when he was closing in on the leader. Let's have another look. I think this is the exhaust. Let's have another. Well, yeah, you can see it wobbling there.
Yep, it is.
Is that it? I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Parts company with the bike, and he almost runs over it, I think, as he comes through Callum Beach. That was a scary moment as we're on the last lap, and they're picking their way through traffic. Callum Beach right on the tail of Harvey Claridge. He's going to have to try and throw it up the inside at Raymond's when there's loads of bikes around him, and he is going for it. He takes the lead. He's done it. Oh, he's got a little bit too wide, and Claridge is going to get the win off him. How close was that? You can't really get any closer to taking a victory without actually getting the win done. Let's watch again on the replay. Down to the braking zone. Hitting the brake at the right point is critical here. He's got the inside line. Claridge has nailed it. It's just a little bit too far into the braking zone. That's all it took. And back up the inside. A quick squeeze of the throttle from Claridge. And he's got the win off him. So cruel because it was so close.
He needed to be a fraction earlier on the brakes. Let's have another look. This is the race leader. You got the back markers in the way. Now, he needed to hit the brakes to hold Harvey Claridge on the outside of him as he goes into the turn. But he's gone in too deep. And here comes Harvey on the switchback and takes the win. Absolute gutter for Callum, but a great performance by him this weekend. The Harvey Claridge bandwagon rolls on for now, but he's not as dominant after this weekend as he's been previously. Still with a comfortable lead though moving forward over Callum Beach. Scott Ogden there in third with Jake Hopper in fourth and Cameron Hall up to fifth place.
Fantastic work from Harvey Claridge. Just time to bring you the senior mini moto. From the front of the grid, it was Charlie I beat Danny Kent Nesbitt trying to put another sweet victory on the top of the podium. However, there was definitely some fireworks in the early stages going through the first few corners.
Richard Holmes-Williams taking no prisoners there as he went through the hook. But this Charlie Nesbitt has got a good lead at this stage. The 14 bike was Stephen Winfield. Just going through the picture, the 79 bike is Ross Michael, 711, the Nick Bennett machine is the orange machine, easy to spot with the orange bodywork.
There was some great jostling in the mid-pack in the early stages, but it was all about Nesbitt trying to get away, and Richard Holmes-Williams pretty much trotting down the main straight at the far end. He's having an absolutely cracking ride in second position, through to third position in the early stages of the race, though. A good run for Nick Bennett. There's Winfield passing Crosby on the first lap. Now this is actually the battle for second position. Holmes-Williams looks back, and here comes Bennett. Banzai up the inside. He gets through in a second position, and there's all sorts of battling behind him as Whedon pops up into third position and trying to join the fun as well, Ross Michael. Next time around, 3 into 1 just won't go. Whedon has to give best as Holmes, Williams and Bennett pop one on him and up into second and third position respectively. Next time around though, it was Holmes Williams trying to hold on to second position with Bennett and Whedon. He's having a little bit of a laugh. Not when Winfield comes through though. Down he goes and Holmes Williams having to run to catch up with his bike. Meanwhile, Charlie Nesbitt taking control of the race and dominating. The battle for second position, though, went right down to the wire as Stephen Winfield, charging his way through the field, managed to get into second position right towards the end. One last attempt for Bennett. He did everything he possibly could, but it wasn't enough. Winfield clinching second from Bennett and Whedon. Just time to bring you a potentially scary moment from the Mini F1 sidecars. Fortunately, everybody survived, but look at the pandemonium that ensued. The 25 gets loose. Come back! Stainer Racing's lost his passenger, and that's why he tumbled over just one corner later. The balance of the bike completely transformed. You can't ride these things with only one man on the wagon. Let's watch again. 25 gets loose, nowhere to go for the Stainer Racing, and pandemonium ensues. 2 or 3 bikes trying to get out of the way. Fortunately, though, everyone was perfectly okay. More action from Llandow after the break.